Welcome back to my Ciliary Spasm release challenge. I am now at the end of week 1. It didn't exactly go as expected, but in a way that was expected. So on the first day of my Ciliary Spasm release challenge, I was very well behaved indeed. Did all the things I said I would do, measured my eyes, looked at my Snellen, took my 20-minute breaks from the computer, hardly used my phone at all. It went really, really well. I've got my normalized on, which is -2 and -2.5. We'll see what we can do. I can definitely read the 20/30 line. Easy. It's not crisp. I can active focus on it and bring it more into focus until it's pretty crisp. I'd be happy with that for normal vision. The 20/25 line, I can read it. And the 20/20 line, I can read some of it, some of the time. Okay, right now I can read it all, but if I blink I might lose that. Alright, without the glasses, I would probably take a guess that the top one is an E. You know, it could be a weird L with a hat also. So that's where I'm at currently. I can read up to the 20/20 line, but it's not with great clarity with these glasses. Alright, let's check out my centimetre measurements for the beginning of this challenge. So that's 39 centimetres. Not bad. There we go. 43. Spot on for Ciliary Spasm. 43 for my right eye and 39 for my left. So if I manage to release this Ciliary Spasm, my right eye at the end of this week should be at 46 and my left eye at 42. That is where I'm actually up to in my ENDMYOPIA journey, and I hope that once my Ciliary Spasm is released, I will be right back there. It is about 11 o'clock at night and I am still video editing. I have a video I need to get finished today in order to stay on target for my video production for work this week. But I'm having trouble focusing. I just keep wanting to rub my eyes. They're tired. I'm just letting it be blurry and not bothering to make it clear at all, blurrier than it even has to be if I were just bothering to focus on the screen, but I'm not. So I'm going to take my own advice and have a little distance break, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spend a minute staring at my Snellen charts. Goodness, that hurts. I forgot that I have to change all of my differentials back into my normalized. Oh, that's better. So I was only looking at the Snellen for a minute or two, and already my eyes feel so much more relaxed. Things started to come a little bit clearer. Not perfect, but just better. So that was a really short but really worthwhile break, even though I felt like I have no time to break. That's why I'm still working at 11. Really worth it. I just woke up and I have not checked my phone yet. Yes, it's charging right here next to my bed, but I haven't looked at it today. I mean, I've been awake for 20 minutes. I think that's a win. Clearly, I can't be trusted with this thing. I just looked and I got distracted immediately. There are messages on it. This thing is evil. So I'm all ready for the day. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to freshen up this bottle of water because it's been lying next to my bed for months, so it's probably not so great. I will put fresh water in it after I give it a bit of a wash, and then I'll make sure I drink at least a full one of these today. 2 would be better, but you know, achievable goals. Oh, I'm ready. The next thing I need to do is take my eye measurements. I want to do that first thing when I wake up, so then I'll really know what my eyes are like in the mornings, and I might do them at different times during the day as well. ENDMYOPIA calculator. What? 44 today? Yeah, it feels like it's about there. 39. Alright. Well, it's Snellen time. So 2030 is almost clear. Yeah, if I blink that becomes clear. So the 2030 is no problem in my normalized. 2025, it's not crisp, but it's easy. The 2020 line is tricky because I know what it says, so I don't know how much that's helping me. It says Def Protect, doesn't it? Yeah. So I've got my phone because I'm going to put on an audiobook.
Boy drowns sea. The whole point of life is doing what's right, not what's easy. Her summer dress is frayed and stretched. She stands barefoot by the train station phone box.
Alright, so I finished my breakfast and I've listened to a chapter of my audiobook, and I know since I saw earlier that there are messages on here. So I'm going to quickly read them and get to work. And okay, so instead of taking the time to reply by typing, I'm going to reply with the microphone. Hi Sonia, full stop. I'm pretty much staying at home all the time now, except for when I have to go to the church to record services, full stop. I'm spending most of my time editing videos of the services so that we can put them on the internet, full stop. So I was able to write that whole text, hardly looking at the screen at all. Good trick. Okie doke, so it is 9:30. I'm going to start my work now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this terrible machine. Take them right off, even if it's just for a second, to set an alarm. So I'd like to set an alarm for every 20 minutes. So I'm going to set a timer to make sure that I have a break every 20 minutes. So I'm going to stick with that one. So meditation duration, I'm going to put 14 hours because that'll take me till 12 hours will take me until 9:30. This will take me till 11:30, and let's be real, I'll still be doing stuff by then. Save. Interval bells. Add bell. 20 minutes. I'll repeat that every 20 minutes. Tell it to do it 1 billion times to last the course of a day. Well, I'll set that. Now, I reckon that'll work. We'll find out. Screen's off. I've just got this symbol. So that's a good sign. So I'll pop that behind the computer where I don't really see it. On with the differentials. Oh, so dirty. This is one of the things I like least about glasses. They're meant to fix your eyesight, but they're always smudgy. So even if they clear up the blur, then they add all the smudge. That was the bell. Time for me to take a break. Yep. not a sunny day, but it's glary enough for me. So back at the computer, change glasses. That felt really good. I feel like I haven't really strained my eyes yet today. I felt like the 20 minutes was really quick and I haven't been looking at the computer screen that long, which in a way is true. But if I keep having a break every 20 minutes to look into the distance, then maybe, just maybe, I'm feeling pretty hopeful that it won't feel like I'm looking at the computer screen for too long at any point during the day. But we'll see. Back to work. But I've also been making sure I drink water. Every time I get up for a break, I take my water bottle with me and I'm this far through and it's about 12:30. That might not be very impressive for some people, but for me, who hardly ever drinks water, just coffee, although not anymore, I'm off coffee, that's another story. This is pretend coffee. This is a good, solid effort so far. It's only midday. So I've just made dinner at lunchtime because staying at home, I realised that dinner at lunchtime makes sense. This means time for some more distance vision and another chapter of my book. It's amazing when that bell goes off. So often I think, but I'm in the middle of something right now, I really don't want to, I'll do it later, I'll get the next one. But then I've made this commitment and I'm accountable to you. So I get up and I go and I look out the window for a minute or two. It's amazing. At some point I can feel like my eyes relax, things that I'm looking at come back into focus just a little bit better, and it's always so refreshing. I don't know why I don't like the idea of doing it, because every time I do it, it's great. It is now dark outside, so when I have to take my little breaks, look into the distance, there's not much distance to look at, which led me to the last time that the bell went off, thinking, nah, I'm just gonna skip this one, just this one. Never all the others, just this one. And now I've just started noticing I'm rubbing my eyes a lot, like I'm touching my eyes, I'm moving the glasses around, like my eyes are actually really tired. And I didn't realize before doing this that that is a sign I need to take a break, because before I was just doing this all the time. Good morning. Do excuse me, I am a bit messy. I've just got out of the shower, so I haven't really put myself together or anything. But I'm going to take my measurements for my eyes, so let's do it. Let me show you what I just got. $46, guys. One day of good behavior. Alright, let's see how my left eye's doing. Alright. What you got for me, left eye? I feel like, again, it's not clear at any distance. It feels really dry and scratchy. Almost here. Really close though, isn't it? Okay. Sure. So, is it possible that this eye released ciliary spasm and this one didn't? Is that a thing? I'm just gonna roll with that and I'm gonna take more measurements tomorrow and see what they say. I haven't put me together, I haven't put the house together, this is just take it as it comes. The good thing about my Snellen corner getting no natural light at all is that I can really control the light. It's always the same. Okay, just had to let a floater float on by. The active focusing is going pretty well. The 20/30 line is now crisp. And now it's not. And now it is. My eyes, yeah, they're working hard to focus. This is kind of a relaxing thing to do, you know, just stare at letters for a while. It gives my eyes something really clear to focus on, of many different degrees of difficulty, and I can definitely work out where the blur is and what's possible to clear up, because the 20/30 line is looking pretty good right now. I've never really gotten into my Snellen before because I didn't really see the point, and I understood that there was a point. I don't think that Jake and Odie and all the other ENDMYOPIA students that I've come across would have talked about the Snellen so much if there wasn't a point. I just hadn't quite got it. because with my normalized on I can see that pretty well. Where's the challenge? And with my differentials or no glasses I can't see it at all. So what? I thought maybe once my eyesight was getting a bit better it would become more valuable, but I think I get it now. I think I get it. Just being able to tell what is clear, what you can read but is blurry, what you can't read and is blurry, and also watching the blur clear up and come back and clear up and come back. It really puts you in touch with what your eyes are doing. Sometimes when you look at objects out there, it's easy not to really know when you're seeing something crisp, but with black letters on a white background of varying sizes, it's really, really obvious. So yeah, I think I'm coming to like this Snellen thing. So thank you very much, OJ Brown, for continually encouraging me to get onto it. You were so right. You were so right. So I'm going to set my phone alarm for 20-minute reminders to take a break from my screen, and I'm going to get some work done. Ah! The gardener's here. That's who I saw. The truck's in the driveway. Throwing spit around. Ew, droplets. Cheers.
Coffee.
Yeah. So I've just taken another break from my computer screen. With each consecutive break throughout the day, it takes me longer to get a clear distance vision with my normalized. So I've been on my computer for about 4 hours, and I'm noticing that when I'm taking my breaks, it's taking longer to clear up the blur. I can feel that my eyes are suffering, but having these breaks, I'm also finding it's so important. I'm really starting to understand how all that screen time is making my muscle want to stay tight, and that the breaks are allowing it the opportunity to relax. I can see how if you spent the whole day on screens without taking these breaks, it wouldn't take minutes, it would take hours, maybe a whole night. You get it? Gosh, that moment when you blink and it clears up, like a camera focus that's blurry that suddenly comes into focus. Oh, so satisfying. So I'm feeling today like I actually don't have time to sit down with my breakfast and look into the distance. I feel a lot of pressure to get on with my work. Last night I was up till 4 in the morning because one of my files didn't export properly, so I had to do it all again. And now I'm a bit behind schedule. I have 2 more services to get edited and up, and I'm running out of time. But this is really important to me, so I'm just gonna take the 15 minutes to have my breakfast. Just convince myself that 15 minutes is not going to make a humongous difference to my progress, but it could make a humongous difference to my eyes. So here we go.
That I've been wearing to bed. Thin and comfortable and full of holes, eaten away by what I believe might be silverfish who survive on diets of Adidas t-shirts and books by Joseph Conrad.
So today is Saturday, tomorrow is Easter Day. I have a lot to get done before tomorrow, and I'm really behind schedule, so I'm stressing out. I really have to just stare at my computer screen non-stop for 16 hours today to get it all done. So I haven't turned on the alarm every 20 minutes to tell me to take a break, because as great as that was yesterday, I do feel like taking a break every 20 minutes kind of got me out of the zone, which in some ways is good, but today I just need to be like deep in the zone. So I haven't turned on my alarm, but every now and then, probably not as frequently as 20 minutes, but maybe 40 minutes. I think it's more frequently than an hour. I just feel like I need to look into the distance. I have really tapped into the feeling that my eyes get when they're starting to cramp up. I just need to go and look into the distance just for a minute. I need it because I'm starting to feel like I want to rub my eyes. They're starting to kind of feel tired. So I've gone and looked out the window and oh my gosh, it's so nice. It's such a nice feeling to just let your eyes relax. I don't think I really understood that before, that looking into the distance isn't a chore, it's like a gift. And my eyes are so happy, it feels so nice. And it's just about like loving your eyes, like just really appreciating your body and all the magnificent magic that it can do. And yes, so even though I'm in a really intense place with work, and even though I'm not having my 20-minute alarm on today, I'm still doing my distance time just because I want to, and it feels so good. And when I don't do it, it hurts. I've heard of the 20-20-20 rule, where every 20 minutes you take a break and look at something 20 feet away from you for 20 seconds. But I've also heard that 20 seconds is not enough and that really it should be a minute. Now, obviously, ideally it would be tons more than that even. But I'm noticing that when I'm taking my breaks, at first, like on the first day, I was counting to 60 to make it 60 seconds. But now it's becoming a bit more organic. I just look at stuff until it feels good. When I first start to look and it's a little bit blurry, it's uncomfortable. I want to look away. I want to look up close again because at least that's clear. It's hard to convince my eyes to bother to focus on something far away. So I might like start looking at my plants, but I don't want to look across the road. I'll show you what I'm looking at. So when I come out here for my eye breaks, I want to look at like the leaves of my bamboo plant, or at my table, or even at my fence. But what I don't want to do is look at the hubcaps of the wheels on the car across the road, because that is kind of uncomfortable. It's blurry and it hurts a bit. So I look at them until suddenly it feels nice. There's a moment that comes where it feels like a bit of a relief, and suddenly looking at the hubcaps doesn't bother my eyes anymore. It's quite comfortable, and that's how long I do my distance vision for before going back to my computer, because I think that's when my ciliary releases again. That's when it's ready. And that can be different lengths of time depending on how things are going. So sometimes it might be, I don't know, 15 seconds, and other times it might be a minute, 2 minutes. But it's nice that I don't feel like it's an arbitrary number that I'm using. I actually know what I'm looking for and what I'm feeling for. And that's actually a new thing for me. That's only from this week, doing this challenge, taking it seriously, releasing my ciliary spasm seriously, and really engaging with that I've actually started to notice these little nuances. One thing I do find hard though is remembering to change my glasses. So I'll get up from my computer screen with my differentials on, go over to the window, look out the window and realize, ooh, I can't see anything. So I have to come back over to my desk and get my correct glasses. And then the challenge is, when I come back to my desk and sit back down at my computer, the most important part, remembering to change back, because I don't want to do any damage to my eyes. All this is in the name of helping my eyes, not making them worse. And there has been a couple of times where I've sat down with my stronger lenses, and sometimes I've noticed, sometimes I haven't noticed. But yes, it's just something to stay on top of, something to be aware of. That is a danger. For the last couple of days there, my work got truly hectic. So I haven't actually measured for the last couple of days. So let's see. 40. So not great. 36. Bad. After these days kind of off the program, I have measured my distance to Blur, and I have discovered that I am halfway. My full measurements are at a certain point, and when I have ciliary spasm they are 3 centimeters less. I'm kind of in the middle right now, so my ciliary is like, what do you want from us? What I'm going to take away from this is those 20-minute breaks from the computer are key. If you're doing screen work, they're just non-negotiable if you want to keep your ciliary unlocked. But I also think that these breaks every 20 minutes looking into the distance are good even if you're not doing screen work. If you're just pottering around the house, doing anything non-screeny, it's still really beneficial to take a break every 20 minutes just to look at something in the distance. I haven't really been paying attention that much to my ciliary spasm release challenge the last couple of days because I haven't really been doing screen work. But my measurements were actually better when I was doing the screen work and being really diligent than when I was just not on screens but also not being diligent. So what this means for me is I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna do another week of this, but I'm gonna add in 2 extra things. One, I'm going to change my smartphone back to my Nokia Flip, my good old friend, because my darling chap does no longer want his tablet. So I'm going to use the tablet to put on the apps that I'm using at the moment for my social life, because I think the tablet is going to be better for my eyes than a phone. Because a smartphone you use about here often without even thinking. It's pretty close. I don't think I'll be holding the tablet here without thinking. I mean, I don't know. I've never really had a tablet before, so maybe I will. But I think it's much more likely that I'll hold it at a healthier distance from my eyes when I'm using my apps of lockdown necessity. Well, I guess the other thing that I'm going to do is not really a change, it's just a continuation, is the 20-minute breaks, whether I'm on a computer or not. They're just going to be part of my life, part of my day. Every 20 minutes, take a look into the distance until your eyes relax. And I'm hoping that by doing this, I'll be able to consistently keep my ciliary muscle out of spasm and thereby be able to improve my centimeters even in lockdown. So let me know, how did you go after your week? What habits did you instigate? What was hard to keep up with? Do you enjoy them? Are they a chore? Like how did it go? Let me know. And how are your measurements going? Do you feel like it's any different? Can you see a difference? Like, tell me about your experience. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it here for now. Thanks so much for watching, and I will be back next week with another update. So please, if you like this video, please like this video, and remember to subscribe if you would like weekly content from me. All right, I'll see you next week. Bye. So, welcome back to my ciliary release challenge. No, I've missed a word. Do I need to sit this on? Complicated. But again, it's not crisp. That's really hard to say multiple times in a row. Crisp. So I've just taken another break from you're here. So if I manage to release this ciliary spasm, it's still day 1 of my release ciliary spasm challenge. And I'm hoping that by doing this, I'll be able to consistently keep my ciliary muscle out of spasm and thereby be able to improve my centimeters even in lockdown. Oh dear. I think my fire alarm's about to go off. Yes. I had put it in the bathroom because we were burning some incense and I was worried that it would make it go off. So I put it in the bathroom and closed the door the other day, and my husband just had a shower and it was a very hot and steamy shower and he didn't like it. So it's down low where we can easily shh.